to all. I am Shikha Kansal and we will be talking about measures of central tendency median and different methods to solve median series. Moving ahead, what is median? The median refers to the middle value in a distribution, that is, one half of the items in a distribution is median. Median splits the observation into two equal halves and is called as a positional average, where position refers to the place of a value in a series. We have three different kinds of series. One is individual series, where only one information of the data is given to you. Second is discrete series, where two informations are given to you, and one is continuous series, where the data is huge, when the data is big, and we divide that data and we classify that data in the form of class intervals. So, there are different kinds of formulas which are involved in finding out the median for individual series, for discrete series, for continuous series. For individual and discrete series, we use the same formula, size is equal to n plus 1 over 2th item. The median is measured in size. For continuous, in the same manner, L plus n over 2 minus Cf over f into I. What is L, what is n, what is Cf, what is f, what is I? We will discuss in the next slides. Now, as I have talked you here as to what are individual series, these individual series we will deal first, then the discrete series and then the continuous series. Individual series, individual means only one information is given to you. Information is the income of 5 employees, which is given in rupees 5,900, 6,950, 7,020, 7,200, 8,280. When this kind of data is given to you and in an individual series for median, what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to arrange the data in ascending or descending order. Either you arrange the data in ascending order, means छोटे से बड़ा, या फिर descending order, that means बड़े से छोटा. In either of these two ways, you will land on the same answer. So, finding out the median for this series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have 5 numbers of 5 employees, we have 5 employees salary. So, what n is regarded as 5. Median is equal to size of 5 plus 1 over 2th item. Therefore, 5 plus 1 gives you 2 over 2th item, 5 plus 1 gives you 6 over 2, that means 3rd item. And if I have arranged this data in ascending or descending order, that means 5900, 6950, 7020, it is already in the ascending order. Therefore, what is the 3rd item? 3rd item is 7020, therefore, my medians come out to be 7020, where in the first definition, the definition which we just gone through in the first slide, it talks about median is a middle value. 7020 shows you there are 2 items here and 2 items onto the right side or 2 items onto the left side of this 7020. Therefore, equal amount, that is 2 gets wages more than 7020 and 2 less than 7020. This was individual series. If we talk about another example of individual series, then what does it talk about? There is another, we have 6 employees. How to find out median when we have, in the earlier question we had 5, here we have 6, and this data is not arranged. This data is not arranged in either in the ascending order or descending order. We can see 7,020, 9,300, 7,200, 6,950, it is just jumbled. So, we are supposed to arrange the data into either ascending order or descending order. So, I have arranged the data in ascending order, that is छोटे से बड़ा. So, 5900, 6950, 7020 and so on. Arranging the data, I have a formula for median is equal to size of n plus 1 over 2. I had 6 employees. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I have written here 6. In place of n, I have written 6. 6 plus 1 gives you 7 over 2, that means 3.5th item. Do we have any 3.5th item here? No. So, what we are supposed to do? Looking at the series which we have arranged in either in the ascending order or descending order, 1, 2, 3, 3rd item, 0.5 gives me 4th item as well. So, I have added these 2 items here and divided by 2. This gives me 14,220 divided by 2 is equal to 7110. There is some value in between this which is the median for this question, that is rupees 7110. Now, this was about the individual series. Next comes the discrete series. Discrete series means when we have two information or when a table of two information is given to you. For example, there is an income 5,000 which is being obtained by 24 people in an organization. The income of 5,500 is taken by 26 people of an organization. 6,800 income rupees is taken by 16 people. 8,000 rupees is taken by 20 people. Then we have 8,500 is taken by 6 people and 7,800 is taken by 30 people. So, what is the next thing we are supposed to do? First of all, arrange this income which is called as X in either the ascending order or descending order, and accordingly, if for example, I am writing 5,000, the number of people here, that is 24, remains same. This is called as F. So, arranging the data and just finding out the cumulative frequency, applying the earlier formula which we have done in the individual series, and then finding out the median. So, looking ahead how to solve the question, I have arranged the data in ascending order here. 5,000 comes first, along with 5,000 number of people who are obtaining 5,000 rupees in an organization is 24. So, this remains same. 5,500, how many people obtain 5,500 here? 26 people. So, here we have put 26 people. 6,800 is obtained by 20 people. So, we have arranged the data in ascending or descending order here. And now, how to find out the cumulative frequency? Cumulative frequency means what? Cumulative frequency means this 24 for the cumulative frequency, since this is first, it will come 24 here. Now, adding 24 to 26 gives me 50, adding 50 to 20 gives me 70, 70 to 30 gives me 100, 100 to 16 gives me 116, 116 plus gives me 122. So, what happens next? If I am finding out this cumulative frequency, the last number, that is 122, and if I add number of people, this also will be 122. With the help of this cumulative frequency, what we are supposed to find out? Since it was a discrete series where two information was given to me. So, median, the same formula applies here, size of n plus 1 over 2th item, this n is 122 because number of people was 122. So, 122 plus 1 gives me 123 divided by 2, that is 61.5th item. 61.5th item, where it is? 61.5th item, that means 61.5 we will see in the cumulative frequency and not in the frequency. 61.5 lies here, because till here 5,500 rupees was earned only by 26 people and the cumulative frequency was 50, whereas they are asking about 61.5. 61.5 comes under the head of cumulative frequency 70, 20 people, 20 is the frequency of this column, this row, and 6800, 6,800 is the salary, is the income which is obtained by 20 people. So, what is the median here? Looking at 61.5, my median becomes rupees 6800. Fine. Going ahead, we have continuous series now. A continuous series is a series where the data is huge and we are supposed to arrange the data in class intervals. What are class intervals? Where we are marking, we are making class intervals and we are arranging the data according to this class interval. For example, if the class interval is 5 to 10, number of students who falls under this category of 5 to 10 is 7, which is called as frequency. Only this information is given to you, this cumulative frequency you are supposed to find out. 10 to 15, 15. We can take an example of, for example, there is a community, how many people, how many children, how many students, or the population, if we are talking about the population, what is the population under the age category of 5 to 10? So, population is 7. How many population lies in the category of 10 to 15 in a community? 15. how many people or what is the population between the age of 15 to 24. In that manner we can just have classes or class intervals, and we can arrange the number of students, or we can say population, arrange the number of people in the community. We know that the continuous series, I have showed you in the first slide, the second slide, that the formula changes. The median shows L plus n over 2 minus Cf over f into I. What is L? What is n over 2? What is Cf? What is f? What is I? L is the lower limit. The first is the first number, the first class interval here, it is called as lower limit, and the next is called as upper limit. Lower limit is designated as L and upper limit is designated as U. So, if we are writing here L in the formula, that means it is a lower limit of the class. N over 2, N is the subtotal of cumulative frequency. I have told you how to find out the cumulative frequency. Here also we have found out the cumulative frequency. The first frequency remains same, 7 plus 15, the next frequency plus is equal to 22, 22 plus next frequency gives you cumulative frequency 46, and so on. The last frequency gives you 22, which is n. That means number of students here, the total is equal to 200, fine. So, this n over 2 gives you 200 over 2, which is equal to 100th item. This 100th item, where does it lies in the cumulative frequency? We see it, the cumulative frequency is 77 till here, but 100th item lies here, 119. So, what is L? L is 25, frequency is 42, this is f, but in this they have written Cf as well. Which Cf we will take, the same Cf or the earlier Cf? So, what we will take is, we will take, or we always take in this formula, we always take the earlier Cf. This is Cf of the preceding class, not of the same class, but we will say, we will take the Cf, cumulative frequency of the preceding class, frequency of the same class, and L, that is lower limit of the same class. So, L is 25, n over 2 we have found out here is 100. So, 100, cumulative frequency 77, and what is I? I is 25, the difference of 25 and 30, that is 5, is equal to I. So, I have taken I as 5. Putting all this in formula, putting here L is equal to 25 plus 100 minus 77 over 42 into 5, it gives me the answer as 27.74 as my median of this question. Now, there are 3 different series which we discussed: individual series, discrete series, continuous series. What are the merits of median? Why we are doing it, and what are the limitations of median? Why we should not do it, where it is not used? The merits of median are, they are useful in the case of open ended class. It is recommended when the class intervals are unequal. The extreme values, because we are not taking into consideration the last values, so the extreme values are not affected when we are talking about median. Median is helpful in dealing with quantitative data where ranks are given and the other types of items that are not counted or measured, but are scored. So, we can use median there. What are the limitations and the drawbacks of median? It is necessary, for example, it is first of all, it is very necessary to arrange the data. If the data is not arranged, we cannot find out what is the middle term of the series. So, arranging the data into increasing order or decreasing order is very, very important when we are talking about finding out the median. Its value is not determined by each and every observation. Why? Because it is only taking into consideration what is the middle term, what is the middle value. So, each and every observation is not into consideration when we talk about, when we calculate median. And when we have small numbers, when we have a small amount of data, median is very erratic. It does not gives you an absolute answer, it does not gives you a correct value. So, it does not actually works when the numbers, when the number of items are very small. Till last slide we were talking about median. Median was giving us the middle value of the series, whereas there are other methods as well which can divide the series into equal halves. One of the method is called as quartile, which divides the series into equal 4 equal parts, which is called as a quartile. Quartiles are those values of a variate which divide the total frequency of the series in 4 equal parts. There are two types of quartiles which we will study, quartile 1 and quartile 3. There are different formulas for quartile 1 and quartile 3 for individual and discrete series. Individual series where only one information is given to you, discrete series where the information is more than the individual series. So, what we do is we divide that series into frequency, we include frequency also into that series, whereas continuous series is a series where the data is huge and we divide the whole data, whole population data into classes or class intervals. So, while talking about quartile, we will find out quartile 1 and quartile 3. Quartile 1 for individual and discrete series is n plus 1 over 4, where n is number of observations and this quartile 1 or quartile 3 we divided by 4. Why only 4? Just understand this concept of dividing by 4 by the help of, if we have a circle, or we can say if we have population and we divide this circle or the population into 4 equal parts. So, this one part is called as 1/4, that is quarter of this whole circle. So, what happens is, if I want to represent this, how much population I am taking into consideration, it is 1/4 of the whole population. In the same manner, when we are talking about quartile, I am dividing it by 4, because I am dividing the whole series of population into 4 equal parts. That is why we are writing here as a measure which divides a series into equal parts x other than median is quartile. If I want to find out for continuous series, then I have only n over 4, there is no plus 1. So, n over 4 for continuous series, whereas if I want to find out quartile 3, just multiply this quartile 1 formula into 3. That means 3 into n plus 1 over 4, the same formula, but multiplied by 3. In the same manner, for continuous series, we are supposed to multiply quartile 1 formula by 3. Therefore, what do I do? 3 in 3 n over 4 for continuous series for quartile 3. If it is 3 here, I have multiplied by 3 here. If there is 1 here, I have multiplied by 1 here. While talking about individual and discrete series, the formula is simple, n plus 1 over 4. For continuous series, n over 4. Quartile 3 for individual and discrete series, 3 multiplied by n plus 1 over 4, whereas for continuous series it is 3 n by 4. Moving ahead on the question as to how to solve the question, how to solve the series for the to find out the quartile. There is a simple question which is given to you, central values are given. Instead of class intervals, what they have given you in the question, they have given you the central value of the class interval. So, in this question, first what we are supposed to find out? We are supposed to find out what could be the class interval of this series. So, central value is given to you as 2.5 and the frequency is 7. When the central value is 7.5, the frequency is 18. Frequency is number of person or number of observation, we can say. For the central value 12.5, number of observation is 25. For central value 17.5, number of observation is 30, and for the central value 22.5, this number of observation is 20. So, since the middle values are given, we are supposed to find out the class interval to apply the formula. So, what happens is, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to first take out the difference between the two class intervals. You take any of the two class intervals and find out the difference. For example, 7.5 minus 2.5. What is the difference? The difference is 5. Fine. The difference between these two mid values, central values is 5. The difference between these two central values are 5. The difference between next two is 5. The difference between all the central values, whichever two central values you take, whichever two successive central values you take, the difference between them remains same. Here the difference is 5. So, what happens is this 5, since I am taking two classes, since I am taking two central values, you divide it by 2. So, this 5 divided by 2 gives me 2.5. Just take it again, I will explain you again. What happens is you take any two central values, find out the difference and divide it by 2, because we are taking two central values. So, 5 is a difference here, you divide 5 by 2, you will get 2.5. Now, this 2.5, in order to find out the class interval, you will add 2.5 onto this side to find out this side class interval, that is upper limit of the class interval, and you will minus 2.5 from this value to get the lower class interval. For example, I told you what you are supposed to do. You are supposed to add 2.5 value here and you are supposed to subtract 2.5 value here. So, what is the values I will get? You will get 5 and you will get 0. 2.5 minus 2.5 gives you 0 and 2.5 plus 2.5 gives you 5. So, my upper limit comes as to be 5 and my lower limits comes out to be 0. In the same manner, if I add 2.5 to 7.5, I will get 10 here, and if I subtract 2.5 from 7.5, I will get 5 here. So, here in this class, for this central value, my class interval becomes 5 to 10, where my lower limit becomes 5 and my upper limit becomes 10. In the same manner, for this, adding 2.5 and subtracting 2.5 gives me 10 here and 15 here. So, my class interval becomes 10 to 15. In the same manner, adding and subtracting 2.5, just remember that you are supposed to add 2.5 onto your right side to get the upper class interval, and to get the lower class interval you are supposed to subtract 2.5. In the same manner, 17.5 plus 2.5 gives you 20 and 17.5 minus 2.5 gives you 15. Moving ahead, 22.5 plus 2.5 gives you 25 and 22.5 minus 2.5 gives you 20. Now, the values, the class interval which we have obtained is 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. This has given you a continuous class interval, and we can now proceed further for the question. The question says you have class groups as 0 to 5, 5 to 10, the class interval. We can write here class interval Ci. The frequency was given to you. The frequency was 7, 18, 25, 30, 20 was given to you already in the question. So, just copied it on onto the answer on the solution. Frequency is given to you 7, 10, 7, 18, 25, 30, 20. If I add them all, this gives me n is equal to 100. This becomes my n. Cumulative frequency, why I am finding out the cumulative frequency? Because this is a continuous series question. In continuous series question, we are always supposed to find out the cumulative frequency. For discrete series question, we are always supposed to find out the cumulative frequency. So, since this was a continuous class interval question, we are supposed to find out the cumulative frequency. 7 remains 7, the first head of the cumulative frequency remains same, that is 7. 7 plus 18 gives me 25 as the cumulative frequency. 25 plus 25 gives me 50 as the cumulative frequency, 50 plus 30 gives me 80 as the cumulative frequency, and 80 plus 20 gives me 100 as the cumulative frequency. Now, you can see the frequency which we have added here as 100, and the last of cumulative frequency is also 100. This is one method of cross checking whether we are finding out the cumulative frequency is right or wrong. In the question, we were supposed to find out Q1. in this question which was given to you, you were supposed to find out Q1 and Q3. It is a continuous series question. So, which formula we are supposed to apply? We are supposed to apply continuous series Q1 is equal to n over 4 and Q3 is equal to 3n over 4. This will give you quartile value. This will not give you the value, the ultimate value which we are working for. The formula which we will apply is this formula only, but onto this place we will use n over 4 or 3n over 4 for quartile. Just look here, this was the question. For quartile 1, size of n over 4th item, as I have told you, the n is 100 here. So, 100 over 4 gives you 25th item. From where we are supposed to get, n over 4, that is 25th item is cumulative frequency. So, 25th item belongs to this place. Fine. Looking at the cumulative frequency, we can find out where the 25th item belongs. So, 25th item, that is Q1, it lies in the series of 5 to 10 class interval, that is written here. Now, as I told you, the formula for median we will repeat here, but what will change? We will change n over 2 to n over 4 in quartile, sorry. So, quartile 1 is equal to L plus n over 2 was there in median, whereas n over 4 is there in quartile. N over 4 minus Cf over f into I. What is L here? L is 5, L is equal to 5, n over 4 we have found out 100, sorry 25, Cf cumulative frequency, we always take cumulative frequency of the preceding class, पहले वाली class की cumulative frequency हमेशा हम लेते हैं. So, cumulative frequency becomes 7, C f becomes 7, whereas f we take of the same class, f is equal to 18 and I is equal to the difference between the upper limit and the lower limit, that is 10 minus 5 is equal to 5. Putting all the values into the formula, we will have quartile 1 is equal to 10. This was quartile 1. The same thing, same procedure we are supposed to repeat for quartile 3, where the formula q over 4 changes to 3q over 4, 3n, sorry, n over 4 changes to 3n over 4, the size of 3n over 4 th item. 3n means this n over 4 we found it as 25. If I multiply this 25 by 3, we will get 75. That means 75th item is my quartile 3. The size of 75th item gives me quartile 3. This is the range where my quartile 3 lies. So, using that class interval, I can find out my quartile 3 value. What happens here, how to find out is basically, I know that 75th item where it lies, 75th item lies in the class interval of 15 to 20. So, I have written quartile 3 lies in the class interval of 15 to 20, where my L is equal to 15, my I is equal to 5, my Cf is equal to 50, my F is equal to 30. Putting all these values into the formula, what I get? I get quartile 3 is equal to 19.17. That is all on quartile and median. Thank you so much.